Now starting on the Wheaton College Thunder. Number 3, 5'8" sophomore spring outside Jordan Benford. 6'1" sophomore Petoskey, Michigan, Bailey. 9'5" junior from Middletown, Ashton Major. For 10, 6' junior from Middletown, Caroline Pass. For the Bears, 5'8" sophomore from Austin, Texas, Grace Autry. For 12, 5'10" freshman out of Wheaton, Illinois, Paige Siswara. And for 17, 5 junior from Center, Arkansas, Emerson Schrader. Thunder are coached by Stephanie Schmidt, assisted by Cameron Allen and Amy Horner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation of Wheaton College Thunder Volleyball here on the Wheaton College Sports Network. My name is Dominic Brown, along with my co-host, Gabriel Woodwist, bringing you tonight's presentation of the Wheaton College Thunder against Lake Forest. Well, this is going to be Wheaton's last matchup here at King Arena for the season, currently 9-14 on the year, and they're looking to end this season on a high note against a non-conference rival here.
Yeah, Dominic, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here on this wintry Halloween evening. Some snow in the forecast. Hopefully it'll be warmer here in King Arena. But like you said, we'll see what the Thunder can do here in their home finale for the season, matching up against Lake Forest. Lake Forest actually beating Wheaton in Lake Forest last year to snap the 17-match losing streak in the series. So the Thunder have enjoyed a lot of success over the Foresters in recent years, but they're going to try to get a little bit of payback here tonight after losing on the road to this opponent last season.
Absolutely. Lake Forest having a 16-6 record, however not facing nearly as difficult of a schedule as Wheaton has. Wheaton has been battle-tested against many ranked opponents such as Calvin, Wisconsin Lutheran, and Hope across the year. Number 12, Paige Siswara will have the first service, and we are underway here at King Arena. It's going to be set up by Lake Forest, sent over. It's going to be dug out by Trewick to start for Wheaton. So Swear is going to send it over to Caps, and Caps will be unsuccessful in her first attempt as Lake Forest controls. A diving bid there by Trewick, saved by number 10, Volk, on the Lake Forest side. Autry was able to save it there for Thunder. Benford will send it over. It's going to be Volk again setting it up as Lake Forest will send it over once more, dug out by Autry. Siswara will set up Caps, dug out once again by Volk. Benford will send it over and out, and a good first volley, but unfortunately doesn't go Wheaton's way.
Yeah, just a marathon point between these two teams to kick us off here tonight. We expected a pretty competitive matchup looking at the statistical breakdowns between these two teams, and if that first point's any indicator, we're in for a close one.
Grace France is going to send it over. It's going to be dug out by Autry. Siswara will send it over, and there's going to be the first kill. I believe that'll be Caroline Caps.
Soft touch there from the junior. That's actually her 300th point this year. She leads Wheaton in total points scored this season.
Caps getting Wheaton off to a good start here, 1-1. She'll have service as well. Dug out by Volk. That's going to be number 9, Robinson, setting up number 6, Smits on the other side for Lake Forest. There's going to be an error on the Lake Forest side. Or on the Wheaton side, excuse me, and the point will go to Lake Forest.
Yeah, unfortunate double touch there for the Thunder as Lake Forest jump back out at 2-1, looking to build some early momentum here on the road.
Riley Stapley will have service for the Foresters. So Swear is going to set up Benford on the outside, but that's going to be rejected at the net by Mary Jegan.
Good elevation from Benford on the outside, and the block just falls out of bounds to give the Thunder the point to tie it up back at 2-2.
Absolutely, it'll be a 2-2 game now with the Wheaton point. Autry will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Lake Forest. It's going to be Smith setting up Lake Forest on their side. Dug out by Caps. That'll set up Major. There's going to be another rejection there.
Looked like that was Jegan once again getting up above the net. She was not going to make the same mistake twice. Lands this one in bounds for a good point.
With a few substitutions here as number 3, Julie Barrientos will be on for Lake Forest. Barrientos looking to increase the lead here for Lake Forest. Trewick set up to Swearda. Benford on the outside. It's going to be dug out there by Franz for Lake Forest. There's going to be a point on the Wheaton side. It'll be knotted back up at 3. Benford will have service this time. Wheaton will look to get her going in order to have success in this match. They'll be dug out there by Volk. Benitos will set up on Lake Forest side. Suerda send it over to Trawick with a soft touch, but Volk is able to reestablish contact, and then it's going to be number 8, Mary Jegan with the kill.
We talked about the height advantage that this Wheaton roster had over Lake Forest tonight, and Wheaton obviously is a proficient blocking team this year, but they can't land that one in bounds, and Jegan's going to be key to Lake Forest's attack.
Jegan will have service here for the Foresters. 4-3 lead. She'll send it over to be dug out by Caps. Suerda is going to set up Trawick on the other side as Vogue digs it out. Bit of an errant dig, but they're able to control it. Number 11, France sends it over with velocity, but Wheaton recovers. Caps will send it over. Barrientos will set up Vogue, who will set up number 3 back to Barrientos, and Barrientos gets the kill.
Perfect placement there on the kill from the far side, landing it right on the back line out of reach of Autry and a couple of Wheaton players.
Jegan will continue her service for Lake Forest. She'll send it over. It's going to be dug out by Caps. Caps is going to send it right back over, and that's going to be missiled out of bounds there. I believe that was number 7, DeCoke, as Wheaton will happily take the points.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate mistake there for the Lake Forest attack. Wheaton catching a break, getting the service back on their side.
Emerson Trawick will send it over for Wheaton. It's going to be dug out on Lake Forest side. Sent over by Franz. Nice dig there from Wheaton. That'll be sent over by Lake Forest. Diving play by Benford, but unfortunately unable to save it as Lake Forest will take that one.
Yeah, Wheaton with an early 2-point deficit. That point obviously not going their way, but love the energy so far from the Thunder, getting down on the floor, not losing these points easily.
Lauren Volk will have service, looking to build on this early lead for Lake Forest. Send it over, and going to be directly into the net. Wheaton's able to catch a break, 6-5. Faith Bailey will check into the game for the Thunder, replacing Autry. Christian Major will take over service. Barrientos will set up, I believe that was number 18, Riley Stapley on the outside, who's unfortunately unable to send it over.
Yeah, Bailey and Caps both in a good position to try to block that one yet, but Bailey having just checked into the game, not quite warmed up yet, and good power on it from the Lake Forest player.
Forest was able to get that point. It's now 7-5. Lake Forest, here's number 9, Robinson will have service. Autry is going to have to set up Trawick to send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Jegan. Lake Forest will send it back. Benford with a nice save. Caps controls it. Benford will send it over again. It's going to be set up on Lake Forest side, and unfortunately, Riley Staples was unable to reach that one at the height of its arc.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there on the set. Wheaton catching another break defensively. We'll try to tie the game up here at 7 apiece.
There's Suerda. Send it over. And I'm Robinson. Sets up Stapley on the outside for Lake Forest. Benford will try this time. A bit of a chaotic hold, but Lake Forest able to send it back over. Autry will set up Caps. Caps trying to find the soft spot in the defense, but Lake Forest adjusts. Sends it over again. Dances on the top of the net for a little bit. Lake Forest will regain and send it back over. Trawick. Suerda will set up Caps on the outside, and unfortunately Caps sends it just over the line.
That would have been a good finish to the point for the Thunder. Good persistence by both teams to keep that play alive a couple of times.
And so far, both teams have had a really strong battle, but a few unforced errors on both sides. Grace Franz will send it over, and Autry unfortunately unable to dig that one out. It'll be a service ace.
Another unforced error, like you just mentioned, unfortunate reception there, kind of off the side of her arm, giving a point here to the Foresters.
Franz look to bring Lake Forest total into double digits. Trawick to Suerda will set up Benford on the outside. Benford will send it over, dug out there by Franz, as number 6 Smits will send it over for Lake Forest. Benford again, and Jordan Benford will get the kill.
Saw her make a lot of plays like that at the recent Elmhurst Invitational last weekend, where she was one of the standout performers for the Thunder. Great placement right there from the sophomore.
Caroline Caps will have service. Wheaton looking to gain some momentum here to cut the deficit. Send it over. That's going to be dug out by Volk. Sets up on the outside. That's going to be number 8, Jegan. Is Lake Forest able to recover from Trawick's attempt? Caps. Sasuerda sets up Benford in the middle there. Nice play by Robinson, able to keep that one alive. Caps will dig it out. Sasuerda will set up Trawick on the outside. Rejected at the net, but recovered by Autry. Now Caps is going to have to send it over, and the duo up front for Lake Forest is able to stop it. That's Holland Smith in front. Actually, a team not known for a tie, however, good play at the net so far by Lake Forest. Jegan's going to send it over. Nice play by Autry. Bailey's going to send it over, and look what we found. Faith Bailey was able to get the kill.
Yeah, and you can't place it any better than that. Kind of a misdirect there coming off the side of her hand as she got over the net, but just landed it perfectly in that back corner for an easy point.
Exactly how they drew it up in the huddle. Grace Autry will send it over. Dug out there by Jegan. He's going to send it over. Fortunately, bad bid by Sasuerda. Benford's able to save it, but it's not going to be able to go over. Some interference with the roof here, but I don't believe Wheaton would have been able to send that one over.
The ceiling's already not the highest here in King Arena. The basketball hoops don't help with that, being down even further above the court.
Especially at that point of the court. 11-8 here. Lake Forest has the early lead. Julie Barrientos has service. She's going to send it over. Trawick dig it out. Sasuerda is going to set up Benford. Nice dig there by Franz. As number 8, Jegan's going to send it over. There's going to be kill for Jegan.
Jegan, the tallest player on this Lake Forest roster, listed at 6 foot even. She is using every inch of that tall frame early on, both offensively and defensively. Standout player so far for Lake Forest.
Definitely been able to find the weak points in the Thunder defense. Sasuerda's able to recontrol it, and Trawick with the attempt. However, that was doomed from the start. I believe we're going to have a timeout here called by Wheaton.
Yeah, coming at a good point in the set for the Thunder as Lake Forest has really seized the momentum these last few points. This Thunder team, some personnel rotation. They were dealing with some injury issues right now, not necessarily the starting 6 on the floor that you might expect to see for the Thunder at this point in the season, but we'll see what kind of comeback they can mount here coming out of this timeout. They've faced adversity all season long. We'll see what the Thunder can do here in their home finale.
Absolutely. So far, Jordan Benford leads the way with 2 kills. Getting her going is going to be key for this Wheaton team as she has slowly become an integral part of this offense. But of course, Caroline Capps and Emerson Trawick are going to have to lead this team. Both of them haven't gotten quite as involved in the offense in the early goings, while obviously contributing on the defensive side so far. And obviously Mary Jegan for the Lake Forest side has been phenomenal so far, leading with 2 kills, tied with Rebecca DeCoke as well. For an undersized team, she has definitely made her presence known on the floor tonight. Only 13-8. As Lake Forest will have the service. Julie Barrientos will continue here, looking to build on this first set lead. Barrientos directing traffic here, making sure Lake Forest gets in the right formation to start. Looks like they're going to have to talk it over.
A little delay here. Obviously, both teams not quite ready to go coming out of this last timeout. Might end up helping Wheaton with the momentum that Lake Forest were building up over the last few points. Give them an extra few minutes to talk strategy here.
Absolutely. It would be nice for Coach Schmidt to be able to get a breather.
Seems to be an issue down at the scorer's table as we see the opposite referee talking to the Wheaton game staff down there. We'll see what gets sorted out here.
We're able to get resolved.
We talked about the advantage that Wheaton might have at the net tonight, both just with their size advantage over this Lake Forest roster, but also the proficiency that they've had in blocking throughout this season. They average 1.5 blocks per set. That's a slight edge over Lake Forest, and they have more total blocks in the year. But so far, you have to say the Foresters winning the battle at the net.
Absolutely. Wheaton with 0 blocks so far, but they will collect on the service error here. And it's going to be a 13-9 game. So far, Lake Forest having their second service error as Jordan Benford will take over. Looking to close the gap here with Lake Forest in the first set. Benford will send it over, and that's going to be an Aaron Dig attempt by Volk, and Benford will collect on the ace.
Yeah, kind of a knuckleball, just a straight missile delivery right over the top of the net. Not an easy one to receive, and 2 breaks right in a row for the Thunder coming out of that long timeout.
Benford looking to continue Wheaton's run. As Nietos will set up, I believe that's Mia Atkins on the other side, and that one's going to fall the Wheaton way.
I think that was Ashton Major ultimately getting the kind of stuff right back over the net. That was a 50-50 ball right at the top.
Yeah, both players had contact on that one. 11-13 here. Wheaton starting to pick up some momentum. Benford send it over. That's going to be dug out there by number 8, Jegan, but Jegan sends it out of bounds.
Talk about a well-timed timeout from head coach Stephanie Schmidt. Clearly reading the room well and getting this Wheaton team refocused in that last huddle. Nice 4-point run here from the Thunder.
Benford looking to make up the gap and tie this game. Benford will send it over. That's going to be dug out by Jegan. Barrientos will set up Jegan on the outside. It's going to be tipped at the net, but unfortunately go out.
It's the second time already tonight that we've seen Jegan immediately make up for an error, having messed up on the last point. Just delivers the hammer this time to get Lake Forest back on the board.
Jegan will have the service as well, looking to gain some of the lead back for Lake Forest. She'll send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Autry. So Suerta's going to send it over. Nice play by Barrientos to keep it alive. Barrientos will have to send it over for Lake Forest. Caps will set up to Suerta as Treywick tries. Unfortunately, I believe it's going to be a double touch. A 15-12 lead as Jegan will continue the service. Oh, looks like the refs are going to talk this one over. Seeing both Suerta and Jegan listen to the ruling. I believe they were able to maintain the point, so it is going to stay 15-12. Jegan gives service. That's going to be dug out by Autry. This is Suerta. Benford's going to try to send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Jegan. Barrientos will set up number 11, Franz, on the other side. Nice play by Autry to keep it alive. It's Franz. Barrientos will set up number 7. Nice dig and save there by Franz for Lake Forest. To Suerta, to Autry. He's going to set up Treywick on the other side. Nice play by Jegan to keep it alive. And that's going to set up the kill for Grace Franz.
So they actually replayed that point. I think it was just an errant whistle from the referee on the far side last time, so it was back to 14-12. Now we're back to 15-12. We got there in the end. Lake Forest doing well to pull out that long point and get it back to where they thought they were in the first place.
See, Jegan sends it over. 50-50 ball at the net. That's going to end up on the Wheaton side as Ashton Major will get the kill.
It sure looked like it took a touch off of a Lake Forest defender. Maybe it hit off the top of the net and went out of bounds, so it was the point for the Forest.
Rewarded for the Forest.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. Turns out it was the Wheaton point. The referee down below us gave the wrong indicator at first. We thought that should have been Wheaton's
There we
point.
go. Yeah, I saw it tip off the Lake Forest defender. And be set up by Lake Forest. Barrientos is going to set up number 17, Atkins, but Atkins fires it out of bounds.
Good run here in the middle of the set from the home side as they look to tie it up.
14-15 here as Treywick sends it over. Franz Barrientos is going to set up 7 DeCoke, and DeCoke is going to get the point.
Major and Caps once again in the area trying to send that one back where it came from. Just couldn't quite land it in the confines of the court.
Fortunately for Wheaton, not winning the battle at the net tonight, but still in a close game. As Lauren Volk will send it over, Treywick will set up Caps eventually, and Caroline Caps is going to get the kill as that ball danced on the line.
And that's her specialty. She doesn't get a whole lot of blocks for this Wheaton team, but there's no player you'd rather the ball fall to in that situation on the far side to deliver the kill.
Ashton Major, 1 point away for Wheaton. She's going to send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Jegan. Barrientos will set up Franz on the other side, and there's our first block, and it's Grace Siswerda.
Yeah, Siswerda just getting up above the net. Faith Bailey was in the area too, but she was quick to turn to her freshman teammate. That's a great block right there from Siswerda.
Tie match here in the first set, 16-16. Lake Forest will send it over, and there's going to be another rejection. That time, I believe it was Faith Bailey.
Leads this team in blocks, 60 so far on the year. Make it 61.
Wheaton with their first lead of the set. Major will send it over. Barrientos is going to set up Lake Forest on their side. Benford will send it over. Bailey with the soft touch is able to get the kill.
Wheaton showing off their versatility now. They've scored points in about 4 different ways these last couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Wheaton currently firing on all cylinders. Major will have service. She's going to send it over. Diving play there by Franz to save it. Punch over by Bailey. Barrientos is going to set up number 7 Dakota on the other side, but that's going to be rejected once again by Wheaton.
I think it was Caroline Caps this time. Perfectly timed jump, just pushing that right back where it came from, and now a well-timed timeout by the Lake Forest head coach, just giving the Foresters a chance to regroup, feeling the pressure here on the road as Wheaton surges into a 3-point lead.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about how Wheaton had the size advantage in this matchup, how they were a good blocking team, and early on we hadn't seen that, but obviously here it has emerged into this nice run.
Absolutely. They've been able to win the advantage at the net, and definitely some good physicality showing off by those middle blockers and outside hitters getting up above the net to win those 50-50 points. Coach Schmidt has to be pleased with the response from her team after that last time out.
Absolutely. Faith Bailey leading the way with a block and a half so far for Wheaton. On the kill side, Faith Bailey and Ashton Major have gotten into the mix. Both of them now have 2 kills as well, as Wheaton is able to open up a 3-point lead here.
Wheaton, fortunately, have already clinched a winning record at home for the season, having won 6 of their first 10 home matches, but they're obviously trying to send the fans home happy here for the last time in 2023. Lake Forest, they have a conference tournament to look forward to after this. So these 2 teams kind of working with different levels of motivation and interest in tonight's contest. Wheaton just know that, especially with their next match against a tough UW Oshkosh team, they're going to be looking to get back in the win column here at home tonight.
Of course, heading to the Triangular in Madison after this match. Major will have service, looking to build on the Wheaton lead. It's going to be dug out there by Jegan. Set up Benford on the Wheaton side as Franz will send it over, but there's going to be another block. I believe that was Faith Bailey and Siswerda.
Yeah, that front line right now of Bailey, Siswerda, and Caps just really getting it done at the net, using their height to their advantage.
Ashton Major looking to continue to build on this lead. It's going to be dug out there. Barrientos is going to set up number 18, Stapley, on the Lake Forest side. Barrientos able to dig it out. Franz will set up Jegan to send it over. Dug out by Benford. Siswerda will set up Caps on the outside. Rejected at the net by Stapley. Caps will try again. Stapley's able to get a piece of it. Barrientos will set up Lake Forest. Diving play there by Benford. Siswerda will set up Caps on the outside, and the soft touch gets it. Nice bid there by Barrientos, but unable to save it.
Yeah, good hustle from both teams. You applaud Lake Forest for the effort there to almost get the hand underneath it as it was spinning away, but Caroline Caps just using the perfect time to deliver the soft touch.
If you don't succeed at first, try and try again. That's what Wheaton did. Barrientos sets up Lake Forest. Major is able to get the dig out, and then Caps will send it over. Nice diving play by Barrientos. Jegan's going to have to send it over. Treywick. Barrientos will set up Bailey. Bailey with the soft touch. An impressive play again by Barrientos, but unfortunately for Lake Forest, Volk will send it into the net as Wheaton takes a 22-16 lead.
Yeah, notably, that's one of the first times that Lake Forest have kind of messed up and committed the error, giving Wheaton the point. Normally, it's been the Thunder creating the points for themselves, and this last sequence as Lake Forest takes another timeout just gives you a glimpse of the potential of this young Thunder squad, what they might be able to do in seasons to come. I mean, they were down by 4 points in the middle of the set, and all of a sudden they've got a comfortable 6-point lead.
Absolutely, and they've been relentless on attacking from that outside, both with Benford and Caps having an absolutely relentless offense so far. And they now find themselves 3 points away from securing a 1-0 lead here in the early goings.
Yeah, and can they maintain this energy level is the question. Obviously, Wheaton took that first set of their last home match against Illinois Wesleyan and then kind of succumbed to the Titans' pressure down over the course to Illinois Wesleyan winning the next 3 to take it 3-1. So Coach Schmidt will be looking for her squad to maintain that intensity if they do see this first set out.
Absolutely, Wheaton looking to hopefully build on their home court advantage, as we've talked about. They have played much better at home than on the road. Hopefully they're able to keep the energy level up.
Yeah, Wheaton, unsurprisingly, the first team back out on the floor. They're ready to go. They're feeling themselves right now. Lake Forest using every second of this timeout. Head coach Katie Riffer just taking a few extra seconds to deliver the instructions to her team as they look to mount a late comeback in this first set.
Ashton Major will have service, looking to put this one away. She's going to send it over. That's going to be dug out by Friends. Barrientos is able to set up Lake Forest on the other side. Major send it to Sasuerda. And they'll go Bailey on the other side, and Faith Bailey's able to get the kill.
Absolute hammer blow right there from the sophomore. Talked about her blocking ability, but she does have a powerful delivery. Actually leads this team in attack percentage, one of the most efficient players Wheaton has.
Major will send it over. That's going to be tipped at the net. Barrientos is going to set up France. Dug out. Nice play there by Major as Caps is able to send it over. Barrientos is going to set up Lake Forest. Nice play again. Diving play by Sasuerda and the save by Trewick. Oh my goodness, what a defensive sequence by Wheaton. Saved again by Sasuerda. Unfortunately, not another miracle as Lake Forest wins the point.
That would have just been unfair if Wheaton had pulled it out of the fire 3 times on the same point. Phenomenal effort by the Thunder. Lake Forest probably deservedly taking that point at last, but yeah, that was a fun sequence from both teams.
Oh my word. Lake Forest will send it over. That's going to be number 9, Robinson. Trewick's going to set up Sasuerda. Caps will get the touch. However, I believe she hit one of the poles.
Yeah, that set was just a little bit too wide there from Sasuerda, who's come into this lineup as a result of Lacey Higgins' absence. That's a learning moment there for the freshman.
Robinson will send it over. Trewick gets the dig. Sasuerda's going to set up Caps on the outside. And there's going to be the dig for Caroline Caps, or the kill, excuse me.
Yeah, and this time it's right on the money. Good reverse set there from Sasuerda, and Caps knows exactly what to do with it.
Match point here for Wheaton. Sasuerda will have service. She'll send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Franz. Barrientos is going to set up Franz, rejected, and a fitting end to the first set here. So Wheaton gets the block for the set win.
Yeah, you said it. That's the fitting way for Wheaton to close it out based on what we saw in the second half of this first set. Good frame number 1 win there from the Thunder.
Absolutely. Wheaton, while starting from behind, was able to claw back into this one and win it 25-18.
When I first came to college, I thought I knew exactly what my career path would look like. I had my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, and that all changed drastically, and now my plan looks nothing like that, and that is absolutely okay. In the process of choosing my major, I got so stressed out. I wish that I would have just trusted that in the Lord's timing I would figure it out. It's completely okay not to know your major when you first apply. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. And I think college is the place that you can figure that out. It's also totally okay if you know exactly what you want to do, what you want to study. You actually don't need to declare a major until your sophomore year. So you'll have lots of time to explore different classes. You can go to different lectures on campus. You can talk to professors and hear different perspectives on the world and on different fields of study. We have our Center for Vocation and Career, which provides students with lots of resources to help think through their vocation. And your faculty and advisors always have their doors open to you if you ever want to talk or have questions. college is the time to explore. It's a time to learn about different things that maybe you haven't in the past. And it's a time to develop passions and continue pouring into passions you already have. Yes, this is definitely an important decision, but remember that the Lord is with you, and don't let the importance of the decision steal the joy from this amazing opportunity that you have ahead of you.
Welcome back here to King Arena for the second set of this match between Lake Forest Foresters and the Wheaton College Thunder. Wheaton was able to take the first set 25-18, a set where they started off down to Lake Forest, however was able to make their way back after a critical timeout, relying on a lot of blocks and kills from Caroline Capps and Faith Bailey as the main contributors to the offense. But let's see if Wheaton's able to continue their run here in the second set.
Yeah, really encouraging signs from the Thunder in the second half of that first set. We talked about it off air during the break. This first time that they've kind of been able to dig out of that early deficit and turn it around in their favor. We'll see what they can bring here in set two.
Lily Robinson will have service here for Lake Forest to kick it off. Sasuerta will send it to Bailey as Jegan's able to save it. Robinson will set up number 6 Smits as Wheaton's able to recover, and Caroline Capps is going to get the kill.
Capps and Bailey, as you said, the key players for Wheaton down the stretch in that first set. No surprise that it's the junior once again notching the first point of this second frame.
Absolutely. And it is Caroline Capps will have service as Wheaton opens an early 1-0 lead. It's going to be dug out there by Lake Forest. Nice save by Robinson. Unfortunately, Holland Schmidt is going to fire it out.
This Lake Forest team is a talented side. There's a reason they've won 16 matches this year and are sitting third in the Midwest Conference right now. Don't count them out of this just yet.
Caroline Capps will send it over. That's going to be dug out by Robinson on a nice play as number 11, Franz, will send it over. Treywick will set it up, blocked there. Nice save, but unfortunately that's going to be too many touches and it's going to fall out.
Yeah, great rejection there on the net. Treywick's had a quiet performance so far. We haven't really called her name yet tonight. That was just good defense from the Foresters.
As Grace Franz will set it up, and I believe that's going to be out. Service error for Franz.
Service, another area that the Thunder have had the advantage so far tonight. A number of aces, a number of miscues from Lake Forest. Wheaton will take all those 3 points they can get.
Grace Autry, the libero, will have service here for the Thunder. She'll send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Franz. It's going to set up Jegan. Unfortunately, an unforced error for the Lake Forest side. It'll be a 4-1 Wheaton lead.
A double touch there against the Foresters. The referee here on the near side spotted it, and good start to the second set for the home team.
Autry will continue the run. And unfortunately, there's going to be a service error for the Wheaton side, just as we were talking about the service advantage for Wheaton.
Curse of the commentator, strikes at a bad time.
Absolutely, and it'll be a 4-2 match. Number 18, Stapley, will send it over for Lake Forest. Sasuerta will set up Benford, and there's going to be a kill for Jordan Benford.
That one wasn't even fair, the way that she hit that. Lake Forest didn't have a defender in the immediate area, but I think even if they did, that would have been a challenge to keep it alive with that amount of power coming off the ball.
Benford will have service here. Wheaton leading 5-2. Benford will send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Vogue as Robinson sets it up. Sasuerda to Autry as Caps will send it over. And unfortunately, Caps sends it just over the line.
Yeah, rare miscue there from the junior with the kind of performance she's having tonight. It was still pretty close to catching that back line, but a much-needed point there for the Foresters as we see a few changes.
DeCoke and Barrientos will sub into the game. We saw a combination of those two for Lake Forest last set. Barrientos will have service here for Lake Forest. Caps sets up Sasuerda as Trawick will send it over. They dug out by Barrientos. Volk will set up number 8, Jegan, but unfortunately a bit of a miscommunication.
Yeah, those cross-court assists are hard to pull off sometimes, especially when they go so close to the net. A little bit of a miscue there from the Foresters on offense.
Trawick will have service with a 6-3 lead here, and there's going to be a service ace for Emerson Trawick.
Put it right in the middle of a crowd of Foresters, and no player wanted to come up and claim it for themselves. Trawick will take that.
Yes, if a ball falls in the middle of the force, does it make a sound? The answer is a resounding yes. As Trawick will send it over. This is going to be dug out by the Lake Forest side. I believe that's going to be number 17, Mia Atkins, for the kill. So we have a 7-4 lead here for Wheaton. Mary Jegan will have service for Lake Forest. Going to send it over. It's going to be dug out by Trawick. Sasuerda is going to set up Caps on the other side, and Caps fires an absolute missile, but Lake Forest able to recover. Unfortunately for them, it falls out, and Wheaton will get the point.
That was a very impressive defensive effort. I'm amazed the Lake Forest player was able to get their arms underneath that delivery from Caroline Caps, but Wheaton winning it as the attempted flick over just sails out of bounds.
Ashton Major will have service. It's going to be dug out there by Volk. It's going to set up Franz on the outside, dug out by Benford. As Sasuerda is going to set up Trawick. Emerson Trawick trying to get on the board, but Barrientos rejects her. And then it's going to be a nice kill off the tip of Caroline Caps' fingers.
Good spirit shown by this Forester team so far in this second set. There's a couple of points where it feels like Wheaton could blow the game open, and Lake Forest doing well just to hang around. We'll see if they can mount a little run here to get back on level pegging.
Lauren Volk will have service here in an 8-5 match. Sasuerda will set up Trawick. Trawick with a soft touch. Nice diving bid there from number 10. I believe it was Volk. As Trawick will have her own diving bid. Benford will try, but unfortunately not good enough for Wheaton.
Another big point win there for Lake Forest. Nice elevation up above the net to win the battle.
You see both teams doing well at the net. Seems like whoever controls the net will control this game. Sasuerda is going to set up Caps on the other side, and Caroline Caps is able to rifle it over for the kill.
Great cross-court finish there from the third-year outside hitter. Coming into this one 6th in the CCIW in scoring.
Grace Sasuerda will have service here for Wheaton. She's going to send it over. That's going to be dug out by Jegan. Barrientos is going to set up Franz on the other side. Nice play by Bailey there to recover as Caps will send it over, but unfortunately it'll be just out.
No timeouts yet from either head coach as they're happy just to kind of let this second set play out thus far. It's a competitive one. Neither team getting into too big of a hole that necessitates that break.
Lily Robinson and Holland Smits will get back into the game for Lake Forest. Dig out there by Autry for the Wheaton side. Volk is able to set up Smits for Lake Forest. Benford will have the bid. And there's going to be an error on the Lake Forest side. Wheaton will open up a 10-7 advantage here. Caps is going to send it over. That's going to be dug out by Franz. Robinson will set up Franz on the other side. Nice play there by Benford to slow that one down. Benford will get the kill, and Benford is going to complete on that kill attempt.
Benford with the kill, but a special mention for Sasuerda there with the extra assist. Trawick initially putting it across the court, and Sasuerda not going for the kill herself, setting it up for her teammate.
Caps will look to increase the Wheaton lead. It'll be dug out there by Jegan. It's going to set up number 18, Stapley, on the other side. Trawick will send it over. Nice diving bid there by Jegan, but unfortunately it looks like that one was going out as Wheaton will get the point.
Yeah, one of those that you can't really blame the player for going for it. It looked like kind of a 50-50 decision that made sense that she went down to dive for it just in case, but unfortunately not able to keep it in play.
Caroline Capps will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Volk. It's going to set up Smits on the other side as she's going to rifle it out.
I was amazed that first ball didn't somehow hit the rafters up above us. The flight of the ball was unaffected, but yeah, ultimately just putting it too long.
Caroline Capps will operate with a 13-7 lead. Volk with a nice save, a nice play there by Robbins as Bailey's going to send it over with a good recovery on the Wheaton side, and Wheaton's going to get the point.
And that point just sums up what we have seen in this match since the first half of the first set, as we see Lake Forest take the first time out of this second frame. Everything going Wheaton's way, especially around the net. Good persistence there, and then Bailey ultimately delivering the decisive blow.
Absolutely, and so far for the Wheaton side, we've seen a lot sounder fundamentals. Lake Forest definitely showing a lot of talent and have put up a lot of much more of a fight than we initially expected up front. But so far, they've had a few service errors and a few missed opportunities, as it's Wheaton really opens up a pretty sizable 14-7 lead. But in games like this, we've seen larger swings.
Certainly have, and there's a long way to go in this one. Head coach Stephanie Schmidt will be making sure that her young team understands that, not wanting to get carried away here. Even if Wheaton do go on to claim this second set, Lake Forest obviously still in with a chance. So we'll see how the rest of this one plays out, but it's largely been very positive for Wheaton after that difficult early start that you mentioned.
Absolutely, it looks like Wheaton has gotten a lot more comfortable here and has started to play their game a lot more than Lake Forest has. So not to mention the presence of Paige Seswerda playing very well in the absence of Lacey Higgins. She's been orchestrating a lot of this offense.
Yeah, she's passed 100 assists so far in this freshman season of hers. She'll be a key player, even with Higgins expected to come back next year for the Thunder. The dynamic duo of setters there for head coach Stephanie Schmidt to look forward to work with in future seasons.
Caroline Capps will send it over with a 14-7 lead. Volk is going to set up 6 Smits on the Lake Forest side. Recovered. Seswerda is going to set up. Nice block there by Smits as Treywick's going to try to send it over again. This time it's going to be sent over by Smits again. Lake Forest going to her. Bailey will send it over, and Faith Bailey's going to get the kill.
Always feels good to win the first point out of a timeout, and Wheaton doing well there with Lake Forest looking to build a little momentum boost here, trailing in this second set.
15-7, Caroline Capps to extend the Wheaton lead. It's going to be dug out there by Jegan. It's going to set up, unfortunately trying to set up Smits, but Lake Forest unable to send that one over. Just out of the reach. Wheaton will happily take advantage as Capps will continue her service. She'll send it over, and unfortunately it's going to be over and out. Grace Franz take over service here for Lake Forest. Currently they're looking to dig themselves out of a hole. Treywick's going to send it. Nice play by Benford to save that one for Wheaton, as Robinson is going to set up number 18 Stapley on the Lake Forest side. Autry will set up Benford, and unfortunately Lake Forest able to get the block.
Yeah, it looks like Benford just left the ground a second too soon there. Maybe mistiming her jump a little bit, not able to get the elevation up over the net, but much needed point there for the Foresters as they look to work their way back into this one.
France will continue her service, currently down 16-9. Autry with a unfortunate error and dig, but Capps is able to save it, or I believe that was Treywick, with Capps eventually sending it over. Nice block there, and Wheaton's actually able to get the point on what looked like a doomed volley.
Yeah, that was all Emerson Treywick initially keeping it over. Good volley back over the net from Capps, as you said, and then Jordan Benford coming up with the block on the far side. Big point there for Coach Schmidt's team.
Grace Autry will have service. She's going to send it over and out.
Back-to-back service aces from the Thunder, kind of offering Lake Forest a way back into this set. They'll be looking to tighten up those mistakes as they want to close out this second frame.
17-10 here. Wheaton still has a sizable lead as Stapley sends over for Lake Forest. Treywick is going to send it cross court on her kill attempt as number 6 Smits sends it over for Lake Forest. Caps is able to send it over. Nice diving play there for Robinson. Benford trying to send it over. A nice play by Lake Forest to keep it alive. It's going to be too many touches.
Yeah, we saw a point like that in the first set with Wheaton kind of pulling it out of nowhere 3 times, trying to keep the point alive. This time it was Lake Forest, but unfortunately the last rally falls short. The Thunder get the point. Good effort from both teams on that last sequence.
Jordan Benford will have service here for Wheaton. He's going to send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Franz. It's going to set up Jegan on the other side. Diving play there by Autry. Sasuerda will set up Trawick, and Emerson Trawick gets the kill.
Yeah, a reminder of what the junior outside hitter can do, the power that she brings to this Wheaton attack. Great finish right there.
Absolutely. Hopefully for Thunder, she can get on a bit of a roll, although contributing a lot defensively here. Jordan Benford will send it over. Franz get the dig. Robinson will set up Atkins as Lake Forest able to control it. Trawick sends it over. Robinson will set up number 6 Smits on the other side. Sasuerda will set up Trawick again, and Trawick finds court.
Mirror image of the point. I think it was Faith Bailey in the first set, just dropping it perfectly in that back corner. Can't really blame the Lake Forest defense. That was just expert play there from Trawick.
20-10 here as Jordan Benford will continue her service. It's going to be dug out there by Lake Forest. It'll set up number 6 Smits on the other side, and the block is going to go out.
Major and Trawick both arrive on the scene to try to snuff that one out, but just can't direct it back in the court. And the Lake Forest Foresters are able to break up Wheaton's momentum a little bit.
Barrientos and DeCoke will check back into the game for Lake Forest. Barrientos will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Caps. Sasuerda is going to set up Major, and Major's going to be rejected at the net. That's going to be Mary Jegan.
That's a rare sight. Major, one of the taller and more powerful players on this Wheaton team. She doesn't get rejected at the net a whole lot. Good defending right there from the visitors.
Barrientos continue service, looking to dig out of the hole. Sasuerda is going to set up Major, and Major is going to be successful this time.
Yeah, and sure enough, she is looking to return the favor. The very next point just drops the hammer. Good answer to getting stuffed at the net last point.
Absolutely. Emerson Trawick will have service now, looking to close this one out. Trawick will send it over, saved by Barrientos, as number 7 DeCoke is able to send it over for Lake Forest. Major will get the bid. Diving play there by Barrientos. And there's going to be a bit of a miscommunication on the Lake Forest side.
It's not the first time we've seen this lineup kind of have a breakdown in communication. 2 players caught in the middle, unsure of who needs to claim the ball.
22-12. Emerson Trawick will continue her service. 11 Franz will get the ball. It's going to send to Atkins. Already Wheaton's going to have the point there.
Another free point for the Thunder, and they are still just 2 away from claiming this set number 2 win.
Trawick looking to bring this one within match point. He's going to send it over. That's going to be dug out by DeCoke as Jegan will send it over. Nice sliding bid. Bit of a collision by Major and Sasuerda, but it's able to get over for Wheaton. Atkins will send it over. Nice play by Benford as Trawick sets it up, trying to find the soft spot in the middle of the defense, but Lake Forest is able to recover as Franz will send it over. Sasuerda is going to set up Benford, and Benford is going to have her attempt rejected there by, I believe that was Vogt, as Trawick will send it over. Nice play there to keep it alive. The whistle blows, and I believe Wheaton touched the net.
Yeah, Coach Schmidt looking for an explanation there. Obviously, the referee was in a great position to make that call. Benford almost sliding underneath the net onto the Lake Forest half. It's a shame that one of these 2 teams had to lose that point because that was a thrilling watch.
So far, we have seen some epic volleys here in this second set and in the first one as well. Mary Jegan look to keep Lake Forest alive. Dug out by Trawick. Sasuerda is going to set up Major, and Ashton Major is going to put down the hammer.
Just get out of the way when someone's hitting the ball that powerfully. Save yourself the pain. There is no defending that. And expert placement as well as the power.
Match point here, and Ashton Major, who got the last kill, looking to finish this one off. She's going to send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Jegan as Franz will send it over, and it's going to be out. Wheaton able to win this one in commanding fashion, 25-13, looking very cohesive on both sides of the floor and opening up a 2-0 lead. We'll be back after the break.
When I first came to college, I thought I knew exactly what my career path would look like. I had my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, and that all changed drastically, and now my plan looks nothing like that, and that is absolutely okay. In the process of choosing my major, I got so stressed out. I wish that I would have just trusted that in the Lord's timing I would figure it out. It's completely okay not to know your major when you first apply. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay, it's gonna work out, and I think college is the place that you can figure that out. It's also totally okay if you know exactly what you want to do, what you want to study. You actually don't need to declare a major until your sophomore year, so you'll have lots of time to explore different classes. You can go to different lectures on campus. You can talk to professors and hear different perspectives on the world and on different fields of study. We have our Center for Vocation and Career, which provides students with lots of resources to help think through their vocation. And your faculty and advisors always have their doors open to you if you ever want to talk or have questions. College is the time to explore. It's a time to learn about different things that maybe you haven't in the past. And it's a time to develop passions and continue pouring into passions you already have. Yes, this is definitely an important decision, but remember that the Lord is with you, and don't let the importance of the decision steal the joy from this amazing opportunity that you have ahead of you.
And welcome back to King Arena for the third set here of this match between the Lake Forest Foresters and the Wheaton College Thunder. So far, Wheaton has a 2-0 lead over the Foresters, as the first set looked to be in Lake Forest's hands until Wheaton snatched victory from the jaws of defeat and led a roaring comeback. The second set was far more in Wheaton's favor, as Wheaton looked very cohesive in the win over Lake Forest.
Yeah, we talked about if the Thunder would be able to maintain that energy level in the second set. In the recent home loss against Illinois Wesleyan, they kind of tailed off after their first set victory. Good to see Coach Schmidt's side keep it up in the second set.
Paige Suerta will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Jegan, as Franz will send it over. That's going to be rejected at the net by Bailey. Bailey, another bid, but Suerta's able to back her up. Autry will set up Benford on the far side, as Robinson will set up Lake Forest there. Suerta able to send it over, and unfortunately a bit of an error there by Suerta.
Another competitive point to begin this third set. We talked about almost kind of a misleading scoreline so far tonight with the amount of close points that we've seen so far.
Absolutely, these teams have been back and forth. Wheaton's able to have the endurance to stick it out. We're going to see a service ace there by Lake Forest. That's going to be Grace Franz who gets the ace and opens up a 2-0 lead here for the Foresters. Franz will send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Treywick. Suerta is going to set up Bailey, and Faith Bailey gets the kill.
Another powerful delivery there from the sophomore middle blocker. Plenty of space, just dropping it right in on the far side of the court.
Caroline Capps will look to get Wheaton's second point here of the set. Fran Voke's going to be able to dig it out. Unfortunately, that's going to sail into the seats there as Lauren Voke commits the error.
Yeah, not the easiest reception there for her teammates to deal with. Good serve for Wheaton to get back into that 2-2.
Caroline Capps will send it over. Voke sets up Robinson as Mia Atkins will send it over. Nice play on the Wheaton side to keep it alive. Atkins sends it over. Cap's able to recover. Treywick will send it over. Robinson will set up Jegan as Treywick able to dig it out. Benford with the kill attempt, but a nice play there by Vogt to keep it alive. Franz will send it over. That's going to be dug out by Sasuerda as Treywick sends it over. Diving play there by Franz. Robinson will set up Smith as Caps is able to send it over. And Benford looking to find the soft spot on the defense, but unable to, as it's going to be sent over. Diving play there by Autry. Bailey will unfortunately be unable to send it over. Wow, what a volley.
I'm amazed you still have your voice after,
oh my gosh.
that point. That was a lot of narrating to do. But, yeah, just another competitive point between these two sides. We've seen some high-powered exchanges between these squads tonight.
Very much a competitive game so far as Lauren Vogt will send it over. That's going to be dug up by Caps. Sasuerda will set up Treywick on the other side, and Treywick will get the kill.
Good first point of this third set there for the junior outside hitter. Good delivery across the court again from Sasuerda and gets a friendly deflection near the net.
Grace Autry will have service here in a tie match in the early goings. Tied set here as Autry will send it over. Robinson is going to set up Lake Forest as Dickinson went over to the Lake Forest side. Sasuerda will set up Benford. Unfortunately, Benford didn't get enough height on that one.
Yeah, better defensive start so far in this third set for Lake Forest. They seem to have some answers for Wheaton's attack that they haven't in the first two frames.
Barrientos and DeCoke will check back in. Lake Forest using both of them in rotation so far as they have a 4-3 lead. Barrientos will send it over. Treywick is going to get the dig as Benford will send it over. And there's going to be the point for Lake Forest.
Yeah, Benford kind of holding her hands up just to say, I'm okay. I'm going to figure this thing out. Last couple of points hasn't looked her sharpest, but has been a solid performer so far on the whole this evening.
5-3 lead here for the Foresters. Treywick is going to get the attempt as it's recovered by Lake Forest. It's going to be sent over by Jegan. Nice diving bid, but unable to save it as Jegan gets the kill.
And Wheaton SID Brett Marhenka's laptop nearly taking a beating there, just barely able to avoid it.
Julie Barrientos will have service here. 6-3 Forester lead. Caps, dig it out. Sasuerda's going to set up Benford. Nice play by Vogt to keep it alive. Barrientos is going to send it over as Wheaton's going to try to put it down. Dug out there by Caps. Sasuerda's going to set up Benford. Benford adjusts, able to send it over. Barrientos is able to dig it out on the Lake Forest side. It's going to be sent over by Stapley, but Stapley's going to send it over and out.
Wheaton doing well to hang in that rally. There looked like a couple of points where Lake Forest were getting ready to drop it down and win the point, but the Thunder getting a much-needed reprieve.
Benford, left service here, looking to close the gap. She'll send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Franz. Barrientos is going to set up Jegan on the outside. Caps will send it over as Sasuerda sets up Major, blocked but recovered by Sasuerda. Caps will send it over as Barrientos will send it over for the Lake Forest side, but the point is going to go to Wheaton.
Another good persistence play from the Thunder there on the defensive end. A couple of touches off the net. Neither team exactly sure what the referee was going to say there. Wheaton 20 points away.
Absolutely. Currently down by one. Benford will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Jegan. Barrientos is going to set up Stapley on the other side. Wheaton's able to recover very nicely as Barrientos will set up, I believe that was Stapley, but Stapley will fire it over again.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate there, but great just game awareness from both Treywick and Autry to keep that point alive off a couple of deflections.
Benford now in a tie match here. Looks to give Wheaton their first advantage of the set. And unfortunately, she'll rifle it into the net. Number one, Julia Turksey will get her first action of the game here for Lake Forest. Tursky will send it over. Autry Dig it out. Benford will attempt to set it over, but just into the net.
A big couple of point wins there for Lake Forest. First off the service error, and then the missed attack as the Foresters edge out to an 8-6 lead, much like they did in the first frame tonight.
Turksey will send it over again. That's going to be dug out there by Autry. Benford is going to set up Trawick, looking to find the soft spot in the defense. Vogue's able to save it. Barrientos sends it over to Franz, and that's going to be a nice save by Autry, and Wheaton's going to get the point there.
Good power once again from Caps, right in the middle of the floor this time, getting the set from Siswerda, and just enough heat on it to throw off the Lake Forest players at the net looking to block her attack.
Emerson Trawick will have service. Wheaton currently down by 1, as Emerson Trawick is going to get the service ace.
Unfortunate take there from Lauren Vogt. I think she just wasn't ready for the flight of the ball with it bouncing off her arm, and a much-needed point there for Wheaton to tie it at 8-8.
Bit of a knuckler there as well. Nice serve by Trawick. Trawick will send it over again. Vogt able to handle that one. Barrientos will send it over, but it looks like Barrientos believes she carried the ball. And Wheaton will take the points.
Yeah, it was a nice diving play on her knees there, but as you said, just kind of an illegal carry to give Wheaton their first lead of this third set.
Trawick with a 1-point lead now is going to send it over. Diving bin. There's going to be another service ace by Emerson Trawick.
Yeah, service hasn't been the strongest part of her game so far this season, but she's on an impressive roll right here from that position.
Burnley now having a 10-8 lead. Trawick looking to continue the run. As Franz going to save it. Barrientos to Franz as Autry's able to save it. Siswerda sets up Caps on the other side, and Caroline Caps is able to get the kill.
The junior outside hitter duo very much getting it done so far for the Thunder in this third set. Trawick and Caps asserting their presence on this match.
Emerson Trawick will continue the run. She's going to send it over. It's going to be dug out there by Vogt. Barrientos is going to set up, I believe that's number 18, Stapley, but Stapley will fire it over again.
Yeah, unfortunate timing there from the junior, just generating too much power on that attempted kill over the net.
12-8 here as Trawick will continue her run. Diving bit, and there's going to be another service ace. Emerson Trawick.
This is some kind of tear that she's on right now, and I think that's a well-timed timeout by the Lake Forest bench as they seek to find some answers to Emerson Trawick's impressive service game.
Looking at this set so far, mirrored a bit of the first set where we had Lake Forest getting out to an early lead and Wheaton able to recover, but so far it's been on the back of an unlikely server here in Emerson Trawick. As we've talked about, she's traditionally more of a defensive player along with an outside hitter, not necessarily known for a service, but sometimes a good day can come from anyone on the floor.
That's exactly right, and as you said a minute ago, it definitely kind of feels similar to that first set where Lake Forest started well, had the early lead, and then Wheaton just found a way to get back in the game, and it's this sort of blink and you'll miss it run where they're trailing by a couple of points and all of a sudden they're into a 5-point lead.
Absolutely. So far we've seen for kills, Caroline Caps get a lot more incorporated into the game so far. She leads both teams with 8 kills on the night, with Benford and Bailey both at 5.
Special shout out for PA extraordinaire John Panner busting out the Halloween theme tune. It's not often we have a home sporting event on Halloween, so we've got Ghostbusters theme, we got Thriller, Werewolves of London, all the classics that you'd expect to set the mood on a snowy Halloween evening.
Absolutely. Let's see if Wheaton is able to put this one away here and secure a win on Halloween night. Trawick will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Vogue. Barrientos is going to set up number 7 DeCoke on the Wake Forest side. Impressive volley between the two so far, as I believe that's going to be Franz who gets the kill.
And a big point there for the Foresters coming out of that timeout. A little miscommunication there between Trawick and Autry defensively.
As Riley Stapley will have service here for the Foresters. It's going to be dug out there by Benford. Siswerda is able to recover it as Trawick sends it over, and Trawick is able to find the soft spot in the defense.
Everything she touches turns to gold right now, whether it's defensively or from the service position. Emerson Trawick, the standout performer in this third frame.
Ashton Major will have service here. She will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Vogue. Barrientos is going to set up Atkins, and there's going to be a kill from Mia Atkins. Wheaton making a substitution. Autry will be in for Major, as the duo of DeCoke and Barrientos will be subbed out for Smits and Robinson. Robinson will send it over. Benford is going to be able to dig it out. So Suerta is going to set up Caps on the other side, and Caroline Caps is going to rifle it right out.
We expected that one just to catch the back line with the kind of night that she's having, but a little bit too much juice on it from the junior.
Honestly, that was my assumption as well, that it would catch some back line. Robinson will send it over, dug out by Treywick. So Suerta is going to set up Treywick, and Treywick's not going to get enough height on that one.
Good block there from a couple of Lake Forest players. Looked like Grace Franz getting the ultimate rejection. Maybe it didn't even reach them. It may have just gone into the net upon further viewing on the replay.
Robinson send it over. Treywick will dig it out. So Suerta is going to set up Caps. Caroline Caps is able to send it over, but a nice play by Robinson to save it, but unfortunately she sends it out.
And that was the strength of Caroline Caps' delivery that set that up to begin with. And then, as you said, just too much power, not quite enough finesse on the attempted loft over from Lake Forest.
Paige to Suerta will send it over, and she's going to get the service ace.
Wheaton dominating the service game tonight. We haven't said that a lot this season. That hasn't been the strongest element of their game. We're used to them controlling the net, but taking full advantage from the service spot this evening.
So Suerta will send it over again, and there's going to be a bit of an unforced error. I believe that will be multiple touches for Lake Forest. This will be a 17-12 lead. So Suerta will continue. Franz will dig it out. Robinson will set up France on the other side. Nice play there by Autry to save it. Benford will send it over, and there's going to be the kill for Jordan Benford.
Good play there by the junior on the far side. Wheaton 10 days ago swept the Kalamazoo Hornets on the road, and that was an impressive win. They just never really let their hosts get back into the contest. So far, that's been the case tonight against Lake Forest. We'll see how the rest of this one plays out.
So Suerta will send it over, and she'll set up Benford on this side as Volk will dig it out, and it'll be set up for number 6 Smiths. Nice play there by Suerta. Unfortunately, Lake Forest able to find the open floor.
Yeah, senior Grace Franz with a veteran move here on the near side, just misdirecting the entire Wheaton defense with that opposite side finish.
Lexi Pena will check in here for the Foresters, and she will have the service. Pena will send it directly into the net as Wheaton will take the points. 19-13 here. Gonna have more substitution. Paris Griffin into the game for the first time for Wheaton as they open up a 19-13 lead here. Caroline Caps will send it over. That's gonna be dug out there by Jegan. Jegan unfortunately not getting enough power on that one as it is 20-13.
This third set definitely having a different feel than the second set. Second set was just a dominant performance by Wheaton. It almost feels like they've never had to get out of first gear here, the Thunder, in this third set, but suddenly they find themselves 5 points away from victory.
All of a sudden, yeah, it almost snuck up on us. As Caps is able to send it over. I believe that was Autry. Bit of a chaotic sequence here as both sides are able to save it. 50-50 ball here at the net. Atkins able to send it over, but she sends it over and out.
Yeah, more so than any of Wheaton's recent home contests I can remember. There have been so many moments like that at the net, of those 50-50 balls just floating up on the top of the net. Both teams going for it. Faith Bailey doing well to win the battle on that occasion.
Kat Wylite will come in here for Wheaton. Wheaton starting to get some subs into the game with the lead as Franz will send it over, and there's going to be a kill for Lake Forest. I believe that was Holland Smits.
Yeah, Wilhite actually starting out as a manager for this team. Wasn't even listed on the roster when the season began. Cool for her to be able to ply her trade on the court now with her teammates.
Lauren Volk will have service, looking to dig Lake Forest out of a hole here. Treywick, it sets up Suerta as I believe that was Griffin, will send it over. Unfortunately, that's going to be out for Paris Griffin. Be a 21-15 lead here as Lauren Volk will continue service. Lake Forest not going away quite yet. Autry is able to get out, so Suerta is going to set up Griffin on the other side. Blocked there. Autry will set up Griffin again, and Griffin will send it directly into the net.
Yeah, a couple of misplaced finishes there for the left-handed player, but good confidence just for her to be on the court and get minutes in these last few matches for Wheaton early on in her collegiate career.
Lauren Vogt will continue her service as Bailey able to dig it out. Autry will set up Trawick on the other side, and Emerson Trawick able to get the kill.
Yeah, hammer blow from the junior right there. Much needed point for Wheaton, and she finished it with authority.
Ashton Major will replace Faith Bailey on the Wheaton end as Wheaton is within 3 of match point. Grace Autry will have service here. Send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Pena. Sets up Wheaton, but that's going to be Ashton Major with the block.
Yeah, high quality rejection right there from the senior, just getting up over the net, sending it right back where it came from.
As number 8, Sadie Orange, will check into the game here. Wheaton getting some of its regulars out as it's a 2 points till victory. Pena set up Robinson. It's going to be for Jegan as she'll send it over, and unfortunately, I believe that's Suerta unable to save it as the point goes to Lake Forest.
Once again, both head coaches happy just to let their teams deal with the situation on the court. I think Lake Forest has taken just one timeout in this third set. It's been a pretty fast frame so far. Lake Forest not quite out of it yet.
Julie Barrientos will check back into the game, looking to shock the Thunder here. Barrientos will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Trawick, as Trawick's going to set herself up, and unfortunately that's going to be out. Lake Forest gets another point.
A rare mistake between the second and third set for Trawick, who has asserted herself as one of the top performers for the Thunder tonight, especially offensively.
Julie Barrientos will continue service, currently down by 5. Barrientos will send it over. That's going to be dug out there by Wheaton, and there's going to be a kill. I believe that was Sadie Orange.
Yeah, great moment for the freshman, having just checked into the match. Comes in and immediately gets an authoritative kill to give Wheaton match point.
And the underclassman for Wheaton here making a difference. Match point here for the Thunder. Griffin sends it over. Barrientos is going to set up Lake Forest. Suerta is going to send it to Orange, and Sadie Orange is able to close this one out for Wheaton. They take the set 25-18. They take the match 3-0, and the freshman's able to finish it off here at King Arena.
Yeah, how's that for a cameo from Sadie Orange? Come in and get the decisive last 2 points in the match. Wheaton picking up their 10th win of the year in some style.
Absolutely. Wheaton able to come away with this one. Dominant play at the net, helped out by the outside hitters, both Caroline Capps and Jordan Benford, with some of the freshmen getting nice action in there at the end. Well, so far this season, it has been a pleasure calling games with you. My name is Dominic Brown. This is Gabriel Woodwist saying so long for one final time here from King Arena.